All right, we're back. Episode 3 of the new Magic Lines podcast with my boy CVO Trades. We are recording this on Sunday this week, July 26th. I know CVO, you gotta run, so we're gonna keep this one a little bit shorter, a little bit sweeter, but still get the information out to you guys. Let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into things. We want to talk about Nasdaq. Yes, maybe YM, RTY, the indices. Are we bottomed? That is the thing we're watching right now. Pretty much everything we're thinking about as far as what we want along is conditional upon this being the case. So kind of all we care about at the moment. What are you seeing last week as of the close?
Well, last week was pretty bad for me.
Yeah.
I thought that this would be bottomed right here on the Tuesday candle. Like I thought for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's kind of, we had the SMT on Wednesday. So if I just draw it real quick, where is it? So Tuesday to Wednesday makes a lower high on NQ. ES, it does a higher high. So ES sweeps, NQ doesn't. NQ's weaker. Oh, actually, it looks like ES ducked more though.
Yeah.
But yeah, we closed below June's candle, so that's kind of bearish to me. I don't know what to make of it. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, the weekly candle looked ugly. Everything on the lower time frame, it looks ugly. You and I both know sometimes these bottoms, they do look ugly. They make it look ugly, and then it's just they just turbo it up anyway. I saw this weekend we had a bunch of news come out today. We gapped up, which is nice. There's some bullish memory news coming out of Korea with I think SK Hynix and Nvidia.
What's the news?
Some partnership. Nvidia and SK Group announced a $500 billion plus AI initiative and included a planned 2 gigawatt SK Telecom data center complex using Vera Rubin systems and SK Hynix high bandwidth memory, plus long-term development and supply cooperation for next generation AI memory. So it's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. We also had the Iran conflict. They're not bombing each other again.
Okay,
so
it's a start.
So I think those two things, probably mostly Iran though, is why we got the gap up this week. Yeah, I didn't see anything on Nasdaq that looked like a bottom last week. I mean, the weekly close is pretty terrible. The one thing I will say though, we talked in the first episode about how I thought maybe that one little daily order block chilling below the consolidation could be the bottom.
This one?
That one. Yeah, right there around like 28.2.
Oh yeah, 1.28.
Yeah, I mean, we were having this conversation last week, I think, because it feels a lot safer to trade bottoms when you have that sweep put in. You hate seeing the bearish candle and it just taps and goes and that it never comes back and puts in a sweep. But you're talking to me about how it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. It's just nice when it does.
Yeah, I don't. Like you said earlier, it's too early to tell. I would feel a lot better if we somehow reclaimed 29.307. So if it was like this, that would be a pretty good case for me. But
yeah, I mean, there's a few things we have to do kind of in order, right? So step one, we got to close above that Friday candle. So if we can close the Nasdaq above the Friday candle, okay, that's looking better. There's a kind of like daily order block right there around the same level, right? So that's like 28.7, 28.8 level. It's going to be something you would assume price is going to reject off of. So like to mark out those areas, wait for the rejection. If price rejects and then doesn't start putting in a new low, it's a sign you're starting to maybe disrespect some of those bearish levels. So that would be a good sign. Closing above Friday would like close us and start disrespecting that order block, and it would be a close above the daily. And then we've got this bearish fair value gap there that formed from the that dump. When do we dump there? Was that Tuesday? Wednesday. Yeah. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday moved down. The Thursday move especially. That's where that gap came in. So if we start disrespecting that gap, I think I feel better. Like my base case right now is that we're going to probably put in another low, and that like 27.8 level that we marked out, which is the May low, does still look pretty juicy to me. So kind of expecting that gets taken. I feel like I'm like I don't know, like 33.66 is about how I feel about it. I think maybe like 33% chance that it doesn't take the May low.
I'm like 50-50.
50-50. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like this gap. I feel like they're just gonna run it. It would have been better if they gap down first and then spring up.
It's too juicy. It's too juicy. Yeah, I feel like they're gonna get us all excited and then run it down one more time. But yeah, anything's possible. What does the hourly time frame look like right now? I think there's some interesting stuff there. Okay.
Slight CSD.
Okay, so yeah, so on the hourly, we're changing the state of delivery there. That's good.
We also have a SMT, and I love SMT. Right?
We do know that you love that. Is that one?
Yeah, it is. So
where's the? Oh yeah. Oh, that looks really nice.
Yeah, it's just
okay.
This gap though, if they can, I mean, maybe they leave it open and they dump it at the cycle top, or they fill it at the cycle top.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's talk about some bullish opium. I think you showed it to me on Friday. This chart is looking sexy. Your favorite term. Like we have this mother bar right here. So if this 2-day candle, Monday's close, if it closes as a green hammer, it'll be a pretty good sign to at least take this out. All right.
Yeah, that looks pretty juicy. I like that. I mean, that's a great little long setup, that kind of outside candle, that outside mother bar candle into the monthly POI. It's perfect. And then that could parlay. I imagine if we go up there, it's going to break out. I don't see how we go up and it doesn't.
And it goes like that.
Yeah, like I feel like once it starts going up, it's just going to rip. The chart really does look so similar to the last major Iran ceasefire thing where we just absolutely turboed, because you can see, like, look at the chart from the dump there in March. Like, look at how clean all those highs are, right? We just had this slow walk down. It just left like this perfect little liquidity curve that we just ripped through. Right? There's no like kind of major gaps or unmitigated order blocks or anything. So when price reversed, it just turboed.
Yeah. I like to think this is bullish selling. Like controlled sell off, and then
that is bullish. No, it is bullish selling. I know it's a funny thing to say, but yeah, it looks very similar. I mean, pull up like a 4-hour chart. Let me see what that looks like
for the past, for like March.
No, for the current situation.
Okay.
I just want to. Yeah, so you can see in the current situation, like right around like 29.7, there's like a pretty significant order block. That 4-hour candle around like 29.7 that caused the structure break. Yeah, like go to the left there. Yeah, so if you highlight that candle, that is probably
this one,
the 4-hour candle,
or this one.
I wish I could just poke on your screen. No, it's the 4-hour order block that caused the sell off. The last.
Which day was it? July 14th?
It's the 16th. That
sorry.
4 hour candle, right? Yeah. That one.
Oh, this.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I got
highlight
you.
that, bad boy.
Oops. Yeah. Hold on.
The bullish one.
Bullish. Oh, this.
Yeah.
This green one.
There you go. Okay. So these are the kind of areas that you really want to pay attention to. So whenever you have like a key level, and you get this like very strong sell off that like kind of takes the key level, breaks structure, produces like, look at that selling. So you see all the fair value gaps, like that's very impulsive selling. So that is like the main line in the sand for me there. Right. So that's going to be an area to watch. Like I could see us going up there and honestly like still rejecting and having like one more stab in August.
Yeah.
I would not put that past them.
Yeah. If they do this, it's gonna be pretty bad for bulls.
Yeah, I think that's pretty freaking likely, honestly. So, yeah, I think for the people watching at home, like you really got to see like a good clear of 29.8 or so.
When's the new? Oh, this is the last week of August. Okay.
Yeah, it's the last week. So we are. I feel like we are very nicely set up for like another stab.
They're probably just gonna do this. To be honest. Oh shit me up. They're probably gonna just do this one last PO3, do it for real. They're probably not gonna give us time to get into it. It might just be like a face ripper.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this with memory too. I've just been buying stuff. I have like pretty good faith in the levels. I don't think the cycle is like just completely over. I don't think we're going to zero from here. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So just buying these dips and adding, and I don't think they're going to give like a really clean setup. I think it's going to be like last time where it just V reverses and
yeah. I think it'll be as long as we close above June's low on Friday, then it's a really high chance of bottom. If it's not above it, we're gonna sweep or go to May's low if even.
yeah. We want this monthly candle inside the last monthly candle.
Need that.
Yeah, otherwise virtually guaranteed we take out May low, I think.
And this can validate the SMT too. So they can, what's this? Oops. I don't even want to look at. Oh, whoa, what is that? I don't even know you can do that.
What'd you do?
Can you see this? It's like a spotlight, or is that just my screen?
I think it's just your screen.
Oops. But yeah. What was oh god, I think they just want to validate. But yeah, we'll just wait for Friday. It'd be pretty important.
Yeah, it's a pretty good week to sit on your hands, I think. End of the month. Things still a little uncertain. I would be buying. I would be buying cautiously, and I would have bullets. It's
Give
not
them,
the stars aren't aligned yet.
What's a good clip farm statement you want to give out right now?
Good. I don't know. If you see a sell off first week of August, I think you just close your eyes and buy it.
I like that. So we'll know in
call it a day.
Probably like 10 days. Oh no, 10 days.
Yeah, I am wondering if this Iran news just it wouldn't shock me to just see a bunch of green candles just going straight up from here. And that would be kind of annoying because it would be a bit of a weird bottom, I think. But
yeah, I wish they just make it obvious, man. Like if they can just if they could just do something like this, make it the most obvious green hammer C2 reversal candle, and then we can honestly be safe buying in August.
Okay, honestly though, if you pull up the daily chart, there's a pretty straight so there's a pretty straightforward series of down close candles coming into the to the June low, right? So if we push up, like the easy mode setup is you push up through that 29,348 level, like strongly push up through it, leave a fair value gap, then it's just like every bullish setup that exists in the world. It's like a power three, it's a unicorn, it's just like a daily fractal reversal with a change in state of delivery on the daily time frame paired with the monthly sweep into the bullish fair value gap. Got all the buzzwords there for you. But to simplify that for people, like when you're bullish, right? Like we're kind of bullish. We've been uptrending. We think the market is consolidating. We've identified these kind of areas to reverse off of on the monthly chart. The monthly chart is super great to look for trading for like longer term setups. It pairs very nicely with daily market structure, and you could hold positions for like a long time. All that stuff is cool. So what you're looking for is you want to see a daily order flow shift paired with the sweep of the monthly level. Ideally, you also like to see this SMT. You like to see the relative strength kind of coming in on a correlated asset, or one asset maybe sweeps the low and the other one doesn't. All these things are nice, right? But from a daily time frame market structure perspective here, right? For the people at home who don't do this for a living, it's not too hard to understand. Like you see this series of down close candles from 29,348. That is basically the line in the sand right now. So this is where like price is delivering into the lows, right? So if price is going to keep being bearish, right, you expect these areas to sort of reject price on the way back up, and you expect price to put in a new low. If price forcefully pushes through that series of red candles and closes above them, that's what we call the change in the state of delivery. It's a sign that order flow is shifting on the daily. And when you pair that with the monthly level and you have this monthly bullish context, that's kind of your sign that a reversal is there. And then if you look above that on the chart, you will see this sort of like, we call it like low resistance liquidity. There's all of these highs stacked up that have not been swept. And there's like no major gaps, right? There's no gigantic gaps that have to be filled, like anything like that that's going to resist price. It's just like smooth sailing. So you could get as little as like, I don't know. I think the minimum possible reversal signal would be to invert the bearish fair value gap there around like 28.8. So sometimes you just invert that gap and it just goes. Never know like how strongly it's going to react. Like obviously if it was that easy, you just invert the gap and it goes straight up, we'd all be billionaires, right? But like that's probably the minimum thing that could happen. But like the minimum confirmation I probably want is like that daily close through like 29.3, right? Daily close through 29.3. That's pretty good signal that we're probably the bottom's probably in, and then you're just looking for maybe some additional confirmation for your entry. But that should be all she wrote there. So we're not there yet. We could be there this week. You want to sell everything at the top there,
or at least principle.
Okay, so but you're saying exit everything because we might have like a 2 or 3 months of like pullback, like 10% pullback. You're not saying like the bubble is over, right?
No, I'm saying the cycle top for the year, and then we'll buy back
for the year.
Yeah, and then 2027 buy back in March. Like repeat the same process.
Yeah, that completely makes sense to me.
Like they're probably gonna do this, and they're gonna take a long time, and then we'll probably bottom again, and then do that at probably some giant range. I don't really think we can go lower than. I mean, I don't want to say that actually. I don't think we'll go lower than March's low.
Yeah. This would be a great setup next year, right? So if we get this kind of pump from here off the lows, this is an amazing setup because when you zoom out, you're going to have this like kind of consolidation chilling above like a larger range. So if you kind of just draw that range from like the November high to the Iran tantrum low that we're sitting below us.
November? Oh man,
yeah.
Wait, where am I?
Yeah, no, you got it. That's the right low.
Okay.
Yeah, so just draw, just put a little box on that bad boy. Put a little box on the November high to the Iran low.
Where's November's high?
Right there. October high. Yeah.
Oh, you're saying this lower
that down. Just pull that down to the November low. That is basically just a ginormous like high time frame bullish area, right? So what we would be setting up for if we get this, I don't know if you have a name for this. People have given this setup like a bunch of different names. The basic premise of the setup is you have like an area that originates a very strong move. So this kind of November to Iran low there, it's a very high time frame area, produced an extremely strong move, right? Then what you wait for is a consolidation and acceptance above that area, leaving behind like a gap, ideally, which is what we've done here. You then look for a setup where price breaks out of that area, it traps a bunch of bulls, and then it actually pulls back. It dips below the consolidation and then taps into that original zone. This is like an amazing setup. I tell the people in the Discord all the time, this is like it's kind of like it's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Where you're the 1 is sort of the bottom, the 2 is the peak of the initial move, and then the big level to keep an eye on is the 3. So the 3 is going to be whatever we pull back to here, right? That 3 is like this point of liquidity sitting in the market, like chilling above like another major area. So then you get this situation where all that liquidity builds up below. Everybody's longing out of this. Everybody puts the stops there. And then you do this little manipulation thing at the top, sell it off, liquidate everybody right into that major area, and then boom, reverse. So that would be an amazing setup for next year. It's probably also going to present as some sort of like high time frame fair value gap on the charts. I don't know if it'll be on the 6-month chart or maybe just the 3-month chart or whatever. But
Yeah, I see what you're
yeah,
saying.
I like looking ahead to that, and that would be like that would be a super god tier setup because that's like a multi-year entry, right? If we're buying down there, I think.
Yeah, I mean that's what we did last year, right? Or was this? Oh, was that this year? Yeah, this year. Well, for 2026 to
Honestly, I think it's the exact same thing if you zoom out. Yeah, can you zoom out to that? Or you zoom in, I guess, on the
sorry.
not using my words correctly.
Yeah, I just tapped right in to this one, right? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about like this?
It's basically like a very similar setup, right? You have this very giant area from like the tariff tantrum, right?
Yeah.
Creates a high time frame zone. You push up, you leave behind all this like liquidity, kind of stacking all these lows. You consolidate for a while, and then whoop, you just liquidate it all. You tap that area, and then you go. So it's setting up very much for the same exact thing. Obviously, we're looking way ahead here, but I really like this for a 2027 story, right? And as long as you're saying exit everything because like we just need
For
to
the
buy it
year.
all again like a
For the
couple
year.
months later, then like yeah, I would agree with you. I don't think the turbo mega cycle top is in yet. I think we have a
Yeah.
ways to go for that. So
Probably does this, and then we touch the
exactly.
top, and then I don't know what happens there.
Oh, is there a big trend line there I got to worry about?
I mean it's pretty good. It'll kind of tell us when to exit.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
All
Or
right, sweet. Sweet. All right, it's a good indices plan. The plan is still in place. The plan is still working. Can we touch on memory real quick? I know people thinking about the memory.
the index. You want a single stock?
Let's take a look at Micron. What are you seeing on Micron?
I'm glad
I
I
feel
sold
like
on
Micron
Thursday.
was a better week from a price action perspective than the Nasdaq. I think
It was. I would say it held pretty strong. I'm waiting for this a little bit quick, but yeah, we did validate, or I guess we're kind of gap filling right now.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is, it's just not. It's kind of. This is not a shift to me at the moment.
It's not. It took like an intermediate high. It didn't take like the actual structural high there on the
Yeah.
the line chart, but we did have a monthly sweep and a daily change in the state of delivery. So I mean it's a great start.
Yeah,
It's a
to
great
me,
start.
I would be, depending on if you close above June's low, I would probably just look for a sweep of this Monday's candle. So probably just shit.
Yeah.
Probably get here and then it's bottomed. Something like that.
Yeah, so Micron, like if you get the July candle here as the sweep, which I feel like we probably will, barring some complete freaking disaster next week, you're gonna be set up really nicely in August, I think, to take just a setup where you look for a price to kind of just trade below the open on August, take something, and then get back above the open on the daily, and then you can probably just send it there. Would you agree?
Yeah, exactly. If they can just leave, I mean, I don't think they can leave in this gap for 5 days, but if they leave it open, it'll be so obvious. They'll just sweep this and send it. Exactly what you said. Like create the low of the August wick, like probably open, I don't know, 884. Come down here, 847, and then reclaim 884 and then send it.
Can you put on like the 4-hour chart? It might be the 2-hour chart. There's like a little.
Well, actually, the futures start tomorrow on this, on everything, or on single names.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so
Dude,
it might
that's
be
awesome. Got single name.
It might be more manipulated.
Single
I
name
don't
futures
know.
now. Oh man, we're gonna get so wrecked. I love it. Yeah, I mean, so Micron, I think it's maybe on the 2-hour chart. Let me see what I was looking at here.
I hate this Batman formation. I hate this. This is so ugly.
Yeah, that's not. It's. You could also, the bullish, the hopium I was posting on X it's basically like a box setup. You familiar with the box setup?
Which one? So, how do we know where to draw the box?
Yeah, the box would be basically that July consolidation from like the opening of the month. Yeah, just that whole chunk of consolidation. Yeah, not down to the low because you get the box, then you get the manipulation.
Oh, we should like that 3-tap thing, kind of.
Yeah. So the box is here. Let me share mine.
Yeah, it might be easier.
Yeah. Let's see. There we go. All right. So the hopium for the memory bulls is basically just a box setup. So box setup. Let me see what the best time frame is for this. I must have data missing here. There we go. Boom. Much cleaner. Okay. So box setup, you've got price accumulating above a very key level. So pretty nice setup. This is kind of similar to the setup we were just talking about on indices, where you have this initial kind of core area of demand that produces a huge move and price trades away from it. And then this is basically your 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah. So we basically have all this liquidity sitting here above this major area, right? So the hopium is that you've got the accumulation here like that. So box setup is basically you have the accumulation above like a particular level, and then you have expansion met with expansion, right? So if you come in here in Zoom, like you can see, like there's clearly bearish fair value gaps met with bullish fair value gaps the other way. And box setup, you probably just draw at like the close or the closing price of one of these kind of major candles, so it lines up with the body. So maybe like right there. It's a pretty freaking simple setup, right? It's just accumulation. You get like some manipulation, and then on the close back inside the box, you just go. And you can kind of see that if you want to hopium this a little bit, that's basically what we just tested on the pullback Friday. We just tested the low of that area. I also think you can probably, this is getting a little micro because it's a 2-hour chart, but there is like a pretty significant breaker here as well, right? Because this is your up close that produced that major sell-off, took all the liquidity, and then we trade above it. So I think there is a scenario where this just kind of bounces around here and then just goes.
Yeah.
I sure hope so, man. I mean, MUU looks really interesting. The leverage one, like if
Yeah, I
you're
entered
if
all
you're
of
so
that.
degenerate, if you're so degenerate that Micron is not enough volatility for you, I mean, this looks really interesting.
Are you
Because
scared that like on if you go back to the regular chart and you go and put on daily, are you not scared that it's swept out? Like it didn't really. It took the high, but would it have been better if it didn't take previous week's high and it left it open?
yeah, it would
Because
have been better.
yeah, because now the draws looks like it's lower.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a this is like a big old gap here. It wasn't
Yeah.
like crazy that we pulled back to that, so I don't think it's crazy. There's a change in the state of delivery, no matter which of these levels you measure it from. We closed above it, so it looks good right now, right? We're basically in the stage right now on Micron where, like, as far as I'm concerned, there's like a trigger to go long. It's just now you like want to wait for like that additional confirmation on a pullback, right? So as far as I'm concerned, the setup is here. It's just a question of getting the additional confirmation on the pullback and then also like the timing of the move itself. It's just so freaking awkward getting into something like this with like 3 days left in the month, you know? Especially with the setup on the Nasdaq and ES, there's still that like kind of, it looks like it still could go lower. There's definitely a reason for it to go lower. I think there's still a reason for Micron to go lower too. Especially we're pointing out this level, I think, on the 3-day chart. Yeah, I mean, I would be buying like hand over fist here in this like 3-day little hammer candle. It's a really nice level around like 750. I was fairly certain it was going to go there initially. I don't think this is off the table by any stretch. Like it's definitely not. But like it could be over. It could be over. I'm waiting, right? I'm waiting for that like one additional thing. But like I would guess like more likely bottom than not at this point. We're kind of like accumulating those points for the bulls. Like I said, as far as like your monthly daily fractals go, right? I mean, this is basically your down close move here into the monthly level. And then you have the close above, right? So you've validated this as a change in the state of delivery. You've validated some sort of shift in order flow here. If you're very aggressive, you can just limit in immediately. It's a question of do you like confirmation? The other thing that's interesting here is I think did we tag this level? I think we just so we just came up short of that, didn't we? Okay.
I kind of disagree. I think we're gonna go lower.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just the way it looks. Like you invert it, which way would it look like it's gonna go?
I want it to come back down into this daily candle. I think it's going to come back down to this daily candle. It looks like we front ran this level here at 905. So I would be waiting for it to come back down here and then see if it does something, right? So if it does something from there, I think you're good to go. Like I think if you sell off and you put in like another kind of bullish daily order block here,
yeah,
I think that's probably fine enough to go in. Or you wait until, again, you just wait until August open, wait until price to trade below the open, get back above the open. Often just doing that just saves you so much freaking pain for no reason, right? If a new month is opening, just mark out the open, let it get below the open, and then let it get back above.
Yeah.
And oftentimes it just goes below and it doesn't get back above, and you save yourself pain.
So let it have one daily close above the open after going below it.
Correct. Like if you are turbo max longing here, you are doing it early. I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's early. Like there's not really enough confirmation to risk
not
like
wrong,
5% of your
usually
account
right.
on this, you know? Yeah. What are you seeing that makes you think this is going to go? You think it's going to go below 800?
Yeah, I do. I think it's going to gap fill to 750. If you put it on weekly, if you notice every bottom of the I don't know, mid-cycle correction or whatever. If you notice, every start of the move has been a nice weekly hammer candle. So like right there, and then the one above it on
What about
May.
this? What about this?
Oh yeah, that one I have no reason for. Yeah, but if you go to the May 18th candle, that's a nice one. More recent. More recent.
Up here. Yeah. That was
no, above there. Yeah, above that. Yeah, there you go.
there you go. So
So I mean,
hammer.
if they can just print that this week, maybe even like they print that this week, that might be good.
You've had to basically enter at the close on all of these because like they all just this one just gapped up straight away. This one here gapped up, so they all kind of just gap up. It's like once it wants to go, it's done. This is kind of an ugly ass bottom here. You did get a little sweep.
Wait, what is that? 2025?
2025?
A long time ago. Or last year.
Yeah, but like these, it got all even back COVID times here. It was a nice little weekly bottom close. This is one of the easy mode ones. Hammer, close above, strong. You just go.
Damn, that was COVID? Holy crap.
Yeah, 2020, baby. All right, so Micron, you think it's not bottomed. I think it's I'm gonna say 65%. I think 65% that 800 is good, but like that's not a very high level of conviction for me. Not a very high level.
I'll change my mind if it's a weekly hammer, even above July's low. Like just one weekly looking hammer.
Just one hammer. Okay.
Yeah. Doesn't have to sweep out 802, just as long as it takes out this or last week's low.
We could get it because we've got that nice little order block sitting there around 900. So you could see, I could see this week playing out where we just kind of trade up. We could, well, I mean, we did just sell off quite a bit. So chopping is probably, maybe we chop into the end of the month and just kind of consolidate a little bit.
That'd be better.
And then
inside week,
just kind of do something like that.
Yeah, inside week this week, next week takes out the motherboard candle, and then we go up. That'd be better. But I doubt it's going to be inside, just knowing how volatile the market is now.
Yeah, I mean this would be like kind of like a god tier setup if they gave it to us, but will it be that easy? I don't know, but I would really like this.
Yeah.
I'd really like this. I don't know, if price starts getting too much below 878 for any extended period of time, it's probably just like it's probably just fucking cooked. I feel like I really feel like if it's going to be strong, it should just kind of tap this 900 area and have a pretty strong reaction. If it lingers down here, I don't see why anything is going to stop it for a while, honestly, because like once I come over here to the left side of the chart, it's just kind of this zone and then maps out pretty nicely to these SD extensions, getting over here to that 750-ish level, which basically corresponds to that 3-day hammer we drew out. So yeah, bottom here, bottom now, and then go strong reaction, or it's going to roll back over and I think go down to 750. That would be my guess.
Look at let's move on to the index of it. Does it fall under EWY?
What, the Korea?
Yeah.
EWY is Korea, right? South Korea.
Does Micron fall under that? Or is that
I don't think so. SK Hynix for sure. Maybe SanDisk is in there. SanDisk might be in there. Big open for Korea today. So we like to see that. EWY doesn't look bad to me, honestly.
I just hope it stays above 159. If it doesn't, it might be fucked.
Yeah, key level here on Korea. This is the May low?
Yeah, draw the
Yeah, May
draw a
low.
horizontal on June's low. Yeah, it
So
looks like a
here's
bearish retest. That looks bad.
yeah, that's not ideal.
Looks bad.
I don't know. I don't think that's crazy. Like it's not look, it's not crazy to just like retest the level and reject the first time. That's kind of your standard, right? What matters is what it does from here. Does it just roll over here? Because if it starts putting in a higher low here around, these low 160s, I think the next time it goes into this level, it's going to reclaim it. And this looks like, dude, like if this reclaims the June low, I mean, this is going to rip. This is going to turbo.
Hold on,
this is probably
is that
pretty
indicator
interesting
on the
trade.
right? Is that 1 week?
That is the 1 week, yeah.
Oh, look, it has a 1 bar setup right now, or mother bar setup. So maybe it sweeps out that mother bar low, then goes. But it's gone when you're not on that time frame. You got to be on the.
Yeah, that's right. This indicator fills it in with the overnight data, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Which level are you thinking we take here?
Definitely that inside low. So last week's low. Feel like it's gonna do it.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
But if it does the full mother bar low, then I feel like it'd be really protected. It's gonna depend on where the close is on Friday.
Yeah, so I think the default assumption is it does something like that, right?
Yeah, that'd be
in August.
That'd be textbook.
That would be like a really interesting setup. But I don't know. Do you see a reason why if this reclaims one? I guess the after hours low is kind of around like 173. Like we reclaim 173 here. I don't see why this doesn't just send.
It's hard. I don't see it reclaiming.
I mean, sure, like maybe you don't see it reclaiming, but if it does reclaim from here, I think that's like such a easy long.
If it's in, it's all-time highs for sure.
What's the okay? You know what the real degen trade is for people who want the real degen trade? What's the 3x levered?
KORU?
Was it
KORU?
KORU, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So for all the full retards who watch this, not financial advice. The play that will be like a god tier play, like if that reclaim happens, is this KORU 3x Korea bull. This thing is down 74%. Lots of young Korean males getting liquidated. It is in a very interesting area right here.
Do the price range from the bottom to the top, like from here to all-time highs?
That would be 264%.
Yeah.
Should I just become a Korea maxi? Just full port KORU?
Gotta wait for something to show first, but yeah.
Yeah, no. To be clear, I don't think it's time yet. I'm just saying, like, if that reclaim happens on EWY,
I think we need to start videos if none of this is financial advice.
Bro, I know. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. This is just what two retarded
educational
guys
purposes.
Are doing with their money. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, if EWY reclaims the June low, I think the play isn't EWY. If you're a degen, it's just load up some KORU. This chart in and of itself doesn't look bottomed yet.
Yeah, one more, I think.
One more stab would be perfect, right? We have that scenario on EWY as well. So
those are easy highs though. Once it's bottomed, it's easy highs to take out.
But yeah, dude, like this is like prime. These are both prime. So it's there's two camps, right? There's two camps going at it right now because it's very easy to pull up the Micron chart and just be like, what are you doing here? Get out of my screen. It's very easy to pull up this chart and just like squish it a little so it looks really bad and just be like, oh, this is just like this is an altcoin broken parabola.
Yeah.
Right. And maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't think it is. And I think you and I have explained why we don't think it is, just in the context of, analyzing these monthly ranges. But that is the fear. Because if this doesn't work out, I do think there's a pretty good chance we just go below $400.
Then
Just some deep gap fill way down here. Call it a day. Hopefully that's not the case, but I don't think it is. I think we'll be fine. But you gotta keep your head on a swivel.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you have to run?
No, I got 15 more.
You got 15 more. Okay, cool. What should we talk about? Oh, I have so many things I want to talk about.
Put that 3-day chart on EWY again, real quick.
EWY 3-day.
If I was a market maker, I would just wait for one of those ends to be taken out on the motherboard. It's on the...
Yeah, you're looking at this, right?
Yeah, exactly. So just wait for the deviation below. Then easy sailing from there, I think.
Yeah, if we push up from here, like straight from here, you got to be looking for just some deviation above 176. Like I would think that would, yeah. So that's what that would look like here. So that would play out something like this, right?
Yeah, that'll be max pain scenario. Yeah, that'll be.
And then we like that. That's probably that's got to be the most likely scenario, I think.
Yeah.
Would also be the easiest to long. So maybe maybe that ain't it. If we get a deeper pullback on Korea, I think you got to look at the mid range of this whole area. Was that around like 135?
That's so low.
I know.
So low.
I know, but it's possible. Es posible. I think the reaction has been pretty good around these lows so far. It looks like a cumulative. It looks like people are buying. They're just going to do some fuckery, put in that spring or whatever. But it doesn't look too bad.
I gotta sound boomer, but the RSI is almost done. It's just oversold. It's almost there.
Oh, God, I love how I have RSI on my chart and I just never freaking look at it. I honestly think RSI is pretty good. It's pretty good. I like it. We got any divergences on here?
Daily.
Daily?
It's there's no bottom divergence yet, but it looks like it's trying to put it. Maybe this next leg down will be it. Oh, it's kind of
looks pretty good on the 12 hour. This is crazy. This is, I don't know. It looks pretty clean. It's just
trying.
It's trying. I don't know. Like if I wasn't a trader and I liked to gamble a little bit, I would just buy. I would just be kind of buying through like the second week of August.
Yeah.
I think if it starts looking pretty ugly there still, like it's probably it's not going to bounce for a while. I think that second week of August target window is probably like the best window. Otherwise, I guess we're looking for something next quarter.
Quarter 4 is so brutal. I can't.
It's not going to look. I'm not going to like that though.
Yeah, usually we go risk off quarter 4. We're not supposed to risk on.
Did we tag the quarterly high? That's kind of a big level. Did we tag that? What is this? This is 154.22, low 150. Oh, we did. We tagged it.
We did?
We touched it. So that's, quarterly high. That's a big level. So that is a plausible bottom level. I know you don't want to hear that, but
I don't know. I want to hear it.
I know you want your other sweep, but it's plausible. That's plausible. That's a key level. Okay. Yeah, I like this, dude. Oh, man. I'm going to load up on some leverage Korea, aren't I? I'm such a moron. Yeah, we haven't talked about crypto too much since doing this. So maybe let's throw a couple bones at the crypto people. I know that you've been a a Bitcoin skeptic, as have I. This is kind of playing out exactly like I thought in the short term here. So I thought there were two scenarios on Bitcoin here in the short term. I thought pretty good chance we would kind of pull back, take that, and grab this high. I didn't really want to long this. I was interested in logging if we kind of dumped and took all that out and then started looking like we were bottoming. I think that would be a really good setup, like 60K to 67K. It's like a pretty decent move in the shorter term. The longer term, let's zoom out a little bit here. Let's get a little bit off the. What I'm seeing on the weekly chart, you probably see the same thing. If we clean this up a little bit, is this outside candle, this mother bar, whatever you like to call it. So I was saying 74 seems like a pretty good target for Bitcoin. Still need to see a strong weekly close before I completely buy that. But like I think that would be a very interesting area to look for shorts is 74K. And I think if we start closing weeklies above like 74K, I think the bottom's probably in, honestly. It's probably like my line in the sand right now. I just
it's
the yearly chart is just like okay, so we have to close this yearly above 74, which I think is possible. And then the chart probably looks like okay-ish. I still think this freaking wick is just going to be ugly as hell, though.
It's the only 12-month bearish sweep in history.
Yeah, it doesn't look like something I want to long, right?
Nah.
Like why would you want to long a bad yearly chart? And the yearly chart it's just got this here too. It's just got this yearly order block down at like 48K, just chilling there, just waiting. So
it's gotta be 40.
I think this setup looks terrible, honestly, for long-term Bitcoin buys. I kind of hate it. I don't own any Bitcoin. I haven't owned any Bitcoin for a long time, which is crazy because I've always owned Bitcoin. I've always liked Bitcoin. Even if we do get this setup for this year, right? Say we close the yearly back inside 74. Dude, I'm thinking that next year just reverses off this year's high and just goes back down, right? Like
that's how I would think. Yeah,
that's probably a pretty high probability setup. And then maybe like 2029, 2030, there's like that kind of perma bottom. Let's see what that looks like on the monthly. Oh yeah, that would look so. That looks so plausible
symmetrical
on the monthly, right? That like this looks very doable. You just have this key little high here, just chilling right below that gap. Yeah, I would. It looks so bad. You got these lows just sitting here. There's just so many other things to buy. I kind of hate it. Even looking at the monthly right here, everybody's getting
I can't buy that.
So
man.
bulled up, right? But dude, it's just retracing into like a pretty major
if you put it
like order block.
Put it on 3-month chart. If you put it on 3-month, it just looks like the worst quarterly close. I can't buy that.
That's horrendous. Like no, you have to be mentally ill to buy that.
Yeah, I just can't.
Every time frame looks kind of bad. So
the only thing it has going for is a small wick reversal, but even then, it's supposed to show more speed out of it. You know, it's just it's like I don't really want that. And I'm kind of in the camp that it's gonna just take. I don't think it's gonna go 74. I think it's gonna do 67 and then dump. It's gonna do 67 in August.
Yeah, that's a possibility, right? We basically just put in some high here in July, and then August just as like a reversal off the high.
Yeah, this looks like a textbook PO3 loading up, and the liquidity being built up is just so engineered.
It's just like this, right? It's a very similar thing. Here. They've done the same thing the last two dumps. Although worth noting, these dumps are getting less severe. So I don't think there's like a massive amount of alpha in just shorting this at this point. I think a lot of the juice has been squeezed. You can definitely pull up the RSI and start saying like, hey, like this looks
Yeah, I'll give you that. That's what.
pretty interesting. There's a possibility this like it comes down and it just like grazes this low. It just kind of squeaks 57 and then kind of reverses in the other direction. And that would be like honestly like the worst thing. Like if you're like a long-term holder, I feel like the worst thing in the world is you put in a bottom that looks like this.
Oh, it's so ugly. Hate that shit. Nah,
Right?
man.
Because now it's going to move up, and now it's going to get up here, and it's just going to be like, oh fuck! Like I feel like it's going to do that. Like if this is the bottom,
I would rather
like if you're a long term holder, you want this thing to just
take
nuke,
it. Yeah, exactly.
Just nuke through 49,
get it over with, so it's protected,
and just tag this right. If we nuke here, I'd probably be happy buying like in the 40s. Like that's probably a good enough long term level. That's probably right around like the mid range of this entire like bear market area too. Yeah, that aligns very nicely. So yeah, I don't want to see these kind of lows chilling here still and just kind of push straight up off of it. It's a good trade. I mean, 73% is nothing to shake a stick at. So I don't hate buying there, but I don't think people have wrapped their head around this idea that they're going to buy Bitcoin and then they're just going to own it for like 6 months or something, right? Everybody's just like 4-year cycle. The idea that this is going to take like multiple years to do something is something people aren't processing. It might not. Maybe the 4-year cycle just is a thing and I'm just a moron. But like I don't see it in the chart. I just don't. It looks pretty gross.
You know that that Buzz Lightyear meme?
Well, yeah, with all in the store.
Yeah, everyone's like, "Oh, 49K." Well, I'm part of that meme, so I think 49K get there, then we'll be bottom for like 4 years.
For sure, but like, okay, so here's the thing about these memes is that like a lot of time people have the level and they actually have the level correct. The thing is, it's just that like price often doesn't give you the level right away. It often like front runs the level and like leaves like equal highs or equal lows behind. And then it pushes convincingly away from it. And then people are like, oh, never mind. That was the bottom. And then they forget about it. And then it just comes back and yoinks them. So it's pretty common for people to have the correct idea, but then the market just absolutely shakes them out of that thesis and eventually comes back for it. Like when you're just kind of least expecting it. It's a brutal thing sometimes.
Yeah, it's close though in my opinion. Just one more leg. It's probably going to be bullish 2027.
What are your thoughts on a VVV?
What is that?
You ever look into this Venice token?
Never.
So you don't even know what this token does. Let me just show you the chart. What do you think about this chart?
So that's actually looking good.
Looks good, right?
Yes. VVV. I'm not even going to ask what it does, but it looks good.
It's like okay. So it's an AI play. It basically allows you to use models. It's kind of like a model router that basically like preserves your data privacy. Is my understanding of it. It legitimately has actually a lot of usage and makes money. It's like the only project in crypto other than like Hyperliquid that I know of that like actually legitimately has users and makes money. I do think there is still like a lot of questions with this. This isn't really like a fundamentals podcast, and I don't know that I have any edge in fundamentals. But like the problem with crypto is just always just like, how do token holders actually make money, or are you just like exit liquidity all the time? Right, that's always the thing. But from a kind of just pure chart standpoint, like this looks interesting to you, right?
Yeah, I would probably wait for August. And then if it doesn't sweep July's high, then yeah, it's good for all-time highs one more time. If it does sweep, then it's probably going to go for that flat bottom May candle.
I just hate this. This kind of sucks.
Yeah, it looks protected right there. But 2 months, though, it looks like it would just draw into it.
It looks like this is just kind of an interesting weekly area here. So
yeah.
It could just be we're sideways, and then you just August something like that, and it just starts pushing up. This is like one of those charts though where I just take profit in this wick. I think I hate trading to this high, or maybe zoom in. Yeah, I mean, this is a nice trade setup. I mean, look at this, dude. I mean, this is like,
I like that wick at the bottom.
this is clean right there. Be the best thing in the world for this to, yeah. So if this were to just kind of like nuke into August and just do something like that, oh my God, that would be probably the dream.
If it pumped first, though, then it's this bad. It's cooked.
Yeah, I don't want that. I want this to kind of go sideways here into just.
Yeah, spot.
Let me doodle. I want this to just kind of chill. So it's August. Say this is like the August open. Maybe we fake out up and then just kind of wipe some of that, and then we get back above here. And then that's a really nice setup to take out all of this. But I just don't want to hold it much past 19. It's just kind of a sketchy high. It's a very sketchy high. You don't like trading, ladies and gentlemen. Although it could go back to all-time highs, you don't like trading to these like swept monthly highs where there's like a confirmed. This is confirmed like on the weekly too. Like you can see this
Protected.
this weekly. Yeah, this is protected on the weekly, that weekly order block. So this could very, 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 very easily come up here and pump and just kind of do that and just go all the way back down into here and then kind of go back up. Like this, something like this is very probable. It's probably interesting again. Like if it does this, it's probably, this is thinking way ahead, but this was like a very interesting zone here because this is basically this just crazy kind of manipulation. And then it just yoinked and price never came back to this. So $4, 450 or so, that kind of region there, I think looks really interesting. Like if this just dies and then does like the altcoin sideways thing for a bit, that would be an interesting place to accumulate.
Yeah.
This could be like an interesting short, honestly, at some point. I don't know if it's something I care about shorting, but I could see there being like a lot of juice in it. I'm just concerned about the long right now. It looks like a really interesting long setup.
You spot?
No, I bought a bunch of spot at like $2 or something, or $1.40, and then sold it at like $4, and then it just. Yeah, I traded this whole thing very nicely actually, because I didn't trade it nicely. I called it very nicely. The execution was subpar, but yeah, I was pointing this out back in October because this just looked like kind of just like a little range deviation reclaim retest, right? So when this started pushing up, I kind of just like market bought like in here. Yeah, it was like 240 or something actually I bought. And then I think I just kind of sold above the mid range there and walked away. But it ended up going for the range high and broke out. So pretty sexy.
Do do one last one, just do ETH, then I gotta leave.
All right. So ETH, I think was I talking to you about this? I've been kicking around the idea that actually we don't go below 879, which is something I was thinking for a very long time. And I've basically been kicking around the idea that actually this just really wants to take out this flat yearly bottom here. Because the upside is still entirely being capped by this bullish yearly candle. And although we did sweep out the high of this yearly candle, we don't have to come back and take out the low. That's not something we have to do. This looks pretty. I think I pulled up like some weird chart and it looked interesting. Was it the 9-month? Oh yeah. So I pulled up like the 9-month chart on this. Yeah,
there's so many bars in there. Holy crap!
Yeah, dude, it looks really interesting. Worth noting, like this order block.
This shit looks like Tesla.
Dude, like it's very correlated to Tesla if you actually look at it. It's kind of crazy how much it's traded like Tesla in the past. This looks like a valid order block, right? As we closed above, so this low I think may actually be protected. And then you've basically got like a very nice. This is like kind of like a very interesting outside candle here. and there's just a pretty juicy low sitting here at 13, right around that yearly open. And then when you come into the weekly and just kind of zoom in a little bit, dude, I remember during the bear market, I remember waiting for it to come back in here to bid.
It never did.
And it just never did. It just left it. So there's some very interesting liquidity sitting here and here, basically. You just basically got equal lows, 1396, 1371, just chilling above a very interesting zone. And this zone is like in a extreme discount of this whole range. So I think this is like an interesting trade, actually. I think all-time high for ETH could come out of like 13 something. So I'm gonna buy there. I'm gonna buy there. I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna do it.
Get back on the. Get back on the train.
I don't know if I can do it, but I'll probably buy some ETH beta stocks if they have any, and I'll just ride that instead.
Yeah, we'll put a pin in this, but like maybe next time I want to look at BMNR.
Yeah, that one.
I was wondering the other day if like could this end up at some point could this be like a
so bad.
Could this be like some insane trade?
I just hate the wicks in every month. So what time frame is that? Yeah, every month is so large. Yeah. Definitely not one for a faint of heart. Oh my god, what is that?
Okay, so all of this is like before ETH was a thing.
Right.
Like they did the ETH thing here.
But even that large, the most recent red, that
yeah,
just can't.
I wonder if they're gonna give us just like a setup like this though. I know. It does look fucking terrible. But if ETH bottoms, it's also trading at a discount to NAV, right? I think it's trading at like a 20-25 discount to NAV. So if ETH bottoms, it's just kind of like a, maybe like a free 20. Maybe it goes back to a premium again. Who knows?
The most I'd risk is like $1,000 on calls. That's all I would do.
Yeah.
I just can't. So
there's nothing here yet. Although this is kind of an interesting.
Is it illiquid?
Interesting POI.
Is it even liquid?
It's pretty liquid.
Okay. Well, if
it's pretty liquid actually. It'll be more liquid if people care about Ethereum again. That gap's kind of interesting.
If you go, I'll let you finish on this. I was gonna say if you go back to ETH, but go ahead.
No, that's all I got on this. I'm wondering if this 1225 level just gives some sort of swift reversal. Although if ETH goes all the way back down to 13, I got to imagine this pulls back a little bit more. Kind of interesting looking at what does this look like versus ETH. This is so funny. This is versus ETH, right? It went up. It went up 582% versus Ethereum itself, which is incredible. It was trading at such a premium. That's so funny.
Go back to ETH. Then I think the weekly chart, that mother bar, it's going to tag it and just die.
Yeah, I've been eyeballing this for an ETH short.
2K.
I think in the short. I think this is so clean on ETH, honestly. I should
put alarm.
This is going to be one of these setups that I forget to trade. I've just been watching forever. Yeah, I mean, it's the dream. You got a really nice bearish zone trading into. Yeah, I wonder if it just
look at that
like that.
Yeah, dude, look at the liquidity. There's no protective lows. It's
just equal lows down here, and you got this shit below you here.
It's gonna be one fat weekly candle to just go straight there.
Just one fat candle from 2K to.
Yeah, I've been holding my short since December.
13. Dude, you're still in that? Oh my god!
I wish I sold it. Like I wish I closed it 2 weeks ago. It's just, I don't ever want to swing shorts again. It's not worth it,
bro. I mean, dude, whenever you take these shorts, like if you find these areas like this, like this like monthly hammer that we never came back to, you got to close the position in there, because it goes through it, but like it almost always bounces from there, and then you're sitting there for like months.
Just
like,
waste
God
time
damn it,
paying the what's it called
yeah,
funding fee or
funding,
whatever. Oh my god.
paying the funding for no reason, and often you can just kind of like re-enter. Yeah, I've been a big fan of taking trades just to like extreme internal liquidity lately, and not really going
Less headache.
fully to the extreme. Yeah, because it's like that last. So here was the extreme internal range liquidity right there at like 538.
I should have taken that.
Like, okay, like you're gonna squeeze out an extra like 9%. You shorted like way up here,
Yeah.
and at what risk, right? It's just like it's such a marginal little
Well,
improvement
to
versus
be
like,
fair, I was expecting 3-digit ETH, so that's probably why I held on to it. I was going for
yeah,
that.
not in a straight line though.
I was going for that
Maybe we still
motherboard
get.
low.
I am curious if we still get it. We can wrap it here because I know you got to go. But this was the original idea I had, was this little shelf here,
It'd
and
be balanced if it did it.
this it would look pretty good. But I don't know, the timing of everything is just kind of looking weird to me. Like, is ETH really going to sell off like another 50% from here when Bitcoin looks like it's effectively bottomed? Like, I don't know. And we've been in a bear market now for like almost a year. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Let me take over for like a quick second.
Yeah, go for it. Can you just share, or do you need me to stop?
I got it.
Got it. Nice.
All right, so I'm gonna just turn this off real quick. So this ETH against BTC, like it's just been terrible price action since this. Oh, this last year, July 20. Yeah, this last year.
Oh my God, this looks so good.
So whenever it takes this,
Yes.
then the bottom, right? It will just take like that. Maybe
I have been for a long time at this point. I mean, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. It's been almost like a year. I've been saying like ETH is going to be the asset to long over Bitcoin, like 100%. I just feel like Bitcoin is cooked for a while. ETH already had its like fail moment. It just got totally dunked on the entire cycle. Everybody left. All the tourists left. People are still building. Chart looks good. That looks really good.
that's the bottom. If you do the math, somewhere around 1107. What is it right now?
Okay. Right now we're at like 1935.
Okay, so yeah, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just barely sweeps.
Yeah, 1107 would be interesting. There are equal lows right at 1066. I've always been wondering if those will get swiped out.
Yeah, they'll probably. Oh, I mean, they probably just take this. Okay, so what is that? Point. I can't believe I'm doing the math on this. 0.02. This is assuming BTC's at 49. All right, 1043, $60.
Wow, that would be so like, yeah, look at the ETH chart. Look at those lows. I think you got to go to the weekly to see them. Yep. Yeah, you already got them on the chart. Equal lows. Yeah, those. Yeah.
It's been marked out for ages.
I feel like if we take those, though, we have to go all the way for the ones to the left of it, right?
Yeah, just do it. Just get it protected, man.
And then just leave 888 behind.
God, yeah. I just hate this chart. I fucking hate this chart. It looks so bad.
I mean, it's just like a 6-year consolidation, right? So it looks like shit because it's just chop. It's just 6 years of chop, basically.
2021. Oh my God. What is it? I just real quick, what's against Tesla? What's in there?
Oh my God, dude, Tesla. Holy shit.
It literally looks like it's leading Tesla down.
It's crazy how similar they look.
Okay, well, Tesla. Oh, yeah, 2021. Bruh, come on. What is that? Could you imagine if Tesla took like this? I mean, I don't think it will, but it'd be funny. Maybe they're related.
I've been wondering for a while if Tesla's going to trade 250. I think that's very likely now.
Yeah. What is that, man? This can't.
Bro. Oh my God. I didn't even realize how much it's like. Jesus.
Such a waste. I mean, at least the
I was like,
range is
dude, I
wide.
was eyeballing a long setup at some point last week, and it just never gave it to me, and then it just nuked.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Oh,
It's always faking out. It's never. It doesn't hold. All right, I got
it was looking fine when you zoomed out. We'll talk about it at a different time.
Yeah.
I have a lot of thoughts on the Tesla chart. It's one of those companies I love, and I just wish I could buy more of, but it's just like not. This chart looks kind of like AIDS, but it'll break out at some point. It'll be glorious.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Thanks. Appreciate your time. That was a fun one.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good stream.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'm gonna go to the beach.
All right. No, this sounds great.
Later.
But